At some point in your life, you'll notice people around you start to change, not because you did something wrong, but because you grew. And the moment you evolve, the entire world rearranges itself around you. If you want to know why this happens, keep watching. When you grow, the world reorganizes around you. There comes a point in every person's life when you wake up one day and the world around you simply feels different. Not because something dramatic happened, not because you made a huge decision, but because you yourself changed quietly, slowly, almost without noticing. You start sensing different reactions. People who used to be close feel distant. People who are always kind become hesitant. Some who were neutral before start looking at you with a strange mixture of curiosity, discomfort, and silent admiration. And the real question isn't, why are they acting like that? The real question is, what changed inside you that made the world adjust itself around you? The truth is simple. When you grow, when you calm down, when you begin to see life with deeper eyes, you don't just change, you redefine your presence in the lives of others. At this stage, your presence carries a different weight. Not the weight of loud power, but the weight of inner clarity. The weight of someone who has walked through storms and came out not perfect, but honest. When you reach that place, you no longer need to raise your voice. You no longer need to convince anyone. You no longer feel the urge to prove yourself, because your existence alone becomes a statement. And when your presence becomes a statement, people will feel it, whether they like it or not. Some will ask themselves, how did he reach that level of peace? Why can't I be like that? What is he hiding that makes him so steady? Sometimes people shift because your presence forces them to confront the parts of themselves they've been running from. You become a mirror, not creating flaws, but revealing them. When they see you growing, it's not just the growth that affects them. It's the realization that you walked a path they didn't have the courage to walk. When they notice you've developed boundaries, that you no longer allow disrespect, that you're no longer available the way you used to be, it hurts them in a way they won't admit, because it exposes the truth. You were kinder to them than they were to you. That version is gone now, and the new version doesn't move out of fear, but out of clarity. And when they see your confidence, the quiet confidence, the kind that comes from knowing who you are, that's the part that shakes them the most, because they realize you don't need approval anymore. You don't need validation. You don't need applause. Your stability is coming from within, and no one knows how to deal with a person whose stability doesn't depend on them. When that happens, people begin to sort themselves out. You'll notice some move closer because your growth inspires them. Some distance themselves because they can't handle the light you give off. And some stay at a distance, quietly watching, not because they admire you, but because they're afraid of what you make them feel. Because the truth is, growth is loud inside other people. It shakes the lies they told themselves. It exposes the excuses they lived with. It reminds them of the potential they let die. And if you really want to know your true strength, don't look at who claps for you. Look at who gets uncomfortable by your presence, even when you've done absolutely nothing to them. Why? Because you shattered the narrative they lived by. You proved that the impossible was always possible. You showed that the hard was just unfamiliar. You turned their excuses into dust. So they're not upset at you, they're upset at themselves. You became living evidence that they could have done more, but didn't. And trust me, people don't envy success. They envy resilience. Success can come fast, but resilience? That comes from years of inner battles, from falling and rising, from losing and rebuilding, from learning to stay calm inside storm. People see you standing today, but they never saw how many times you fell. They see your peace, but they don't know how much inner noise you had to conquer to earn it. They see your confidence, but not the nights you doubted yourself, the moments you were lost, the times you kept going when you didn't know how. So why did their behavior change? Because you became a different chapter, a chapter they're not prepared to read. You became someone who can't be manipulated, can't be controlled, can't be pushed around, can't be guilted into staying where you don't belong. You became someone with a backbone, with standards, with self-respect, with direction. And the moment you learned to say no, the world around you changed. Because no, coming from someone who used to say yes, is one of the most powerful transformations a human can go through. This is the kind of growth that not everyone celebrates. Some people will feel threatened. Some will feel exposed. Some will feel replaced. Some will feel inadequate. But their reaction is not your responsibility. Your responsibility is to continue becoming the person you're meant to be. At the end of the day, people aren't afraid of who you are right now. They're afraid of who you're becoming, of the version of you that's on the way, the version shaped by experience, refined by pain, strengthened by solitude, and guided by clarity. That version is unstoppable, and deep down, they know it. So keep walking, keep growing, keep shedding old skins, keep rising into the person your old self prayed you'd become. The people who can handle your light will stay. The ones who can't will fall away. That's the natural law of evolution, because you, my friend, are no longer a version that can be copied. You are a version that cannot be replaced. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the vibes, make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more powerful quotes.